what's up, fam? Radiant episode 3. They're starting to steer pretty well away from the manga now. I mean, even the fact they split the they split the first chapter up into 3 episodes, which is pretty thick. Well, it's more like two and like a quarter, and then the other 3/4 of episode 3 are about kind of chapter 2, Seth getting ready to move on his own. So with the chapter, we get Seth, or the episode, sorry, we get Seth going out to getting that last little bit with the Nemesis. It was different in the manga. In the manga, he like grabbed the bottom of the Nemesis mask, pulled it in so its mouth was closed, and when it tried to use that blast attack, it was held in and it exploded. But whereas in the anime, he he uses like an empowered Titan punch, blows a big hole in it, and then he's like, well, that was pretty much everything I got. But the Nemesis had a little bit of energy left in it. Alma comes in and finishes the job, and then Seth and her proceed to exit the scene. She's got the Bravery Quartet captured, and I don't know. I like the manga bit more. I mean, both of them were fun, but I kind of like the manga bit more because I just like that he was completely just like done after that. And like, well, shit, he just also withstood that big explosion. They were both fine to me, you know. Both after that kind of proceeded to Seth recovering and talking to Alma. It was a little bit more drawn out and like stretched in the manga of him like talking about the Radiant, going and trying to find the Radiant, and they didn't even get to the part in the anime when the Inquisition shows up to take the Bravery Quartet. Doc doesn't even appear until the next episode, but he's supposed to appear before Seth decides to go out on his own. But like I said, they're altering stuff. Nothing seems terribly different so far. Like nothing that would hinder the story. But mostly of this episode, it was backstory on Seth. I remember some of this in the manga later on. I don't remember exactly, but it's just kind of like her traveling with Seth at a young age. Seth at one point being almost burned at the stake, like like an old witch trial, which is pretty heinous to imagine doing to a little kid. And it's just like one of those moments like that you see Seth and Alma's like pseudo mother and son relationship. Even when he's getting ready to leave, you can see how like emotionally is, and then Alma tries to hide it, but also she's pretty broken up about it. And I like that the series kind of plays on the dude and his mom kind of thing. It's most shonens play on the main character and their dad, which is I'm fine with either. It's a little bit different. Usually they're done pretty good, and this was done pretty well. But the episode itself, it's it's one that I mean, I'm only 3 minutes into this, and I've already got pretty much the whole thing wrapped up, except the last bit, which I want to get to. So it just was like it was a nice little kind of flashback. You saw a little bit of Seth's like little debacle when he was a kid. He got attacked by some mean kids who didn't like that he was a sorcerer, and then Seth couldn't control his power when he did that, and like probably almost killed those kids. And I almost forgot. I almost forgot. That's where that in this episode they brought up his main character power. Whatever he has as the main character to make him special and different than a lot of the other characters. And that he can use magic barehanded, where other people cannot. They have to use tools and stuff. That's just Seth's special MC thing. I still see people like comparing him to Asta. I don't really see it. I mean, one is like Asta is I can't use magic at all. I have my own thing, and Seth is more like I just don't use conduits for it. I use barehanded magic. It's I mean they're both one is I guess you could really look at this. One is like I use a different kind of tool, and one is like I don't use tools at all. I don't know. But I really the part of the episode, even though it was just a short bit that got me the most excited, is the end scene of the last like minute and a half when you see the Inquisition like upper people like Santori, and I'm trying to remember some of the other people's names. I think it's like what Lisa Lote. I don't remember that character's name, but the only ones that that I always look at and I think are just awesome is Santori, the big dude with the beard, and General Torque. We saw Dragonov in there, but he's not important yet. But General Torque, if you're only watching the anime, you haven't got to the manga, and you don't really care too much about the manga, you're just gonna follow the anime. I won't leave spoilers, but General Torque is fucking that dude is badass. I look forward to seeing what they do with him in the anime. So, tell me what in the comments you think about this episode. It was the episode felt really short, I guess, because it was mostly flashbacks and that little cutaway and a little build up. So the next episode we're going to be seeing Melly and Doc, which is going to be cool, which means we're not that far away from seeing Grim. But if you like my content, give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate if you would subscribe. If you already, thank you. I do mostly manga stuff, anime, streams, discussions, and just a bunch of stuff within the anime manga kind of spectrum of things. But otherwise, thank you very much for listening.